Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, JRC Restoration Decor and Designs, and my name is Phyllis. Well, this is week 3 of the Christmas in July collaboration 2021. And it's being hosted by Allie of Glam Elegant Living, and her co-hosts are as follows: Sandy of Sister Cousin Lifestyle, Melissa of Buckeye Girls Wreath and Things, Jerry, a Happy Hoarder, Anna, the Grace Life DIY Home Decor, Felicia, the Rodgers House, and myself, Phyllis, and my channel is JRC Restoration Decor and Designs. And we are the Christmas exclusive Decor Club. Now, if you're interested in being a part of these collaborations, which is every Saturday in this month, we ask that you mention our names in your channels, as well as linking our channel links in your description box below, along with the playlist of all the other participants. And for more details and guidelines, as well as YouTube etiquette, you can go to Allie's of Glam Elegant Living community tab for all this information. Now, in my third video for this month of July collaboration, I will be creating my DIY Christmas Clydesdale horse, and I have named her Winter. Now, this is what Winter looked like when I purchased her from the thrift store in Baltimore, Maryland for $4.99. And I shared this with you all in my very first video of the things that I purchased from the thrift store for Christmas. Now, this is an inspiration photo, and I loved the feathers in the head and all the decor that's around the head and the face. And this is considered as a Clydesdale horse. I love the fur around the hooves as well. I wanted to try to emulate that, but I couldn't find enough hair in my stash to put around Winter's hooves. I love the facial decor that's on these horses. So I use these horses' pictures as inspiration to dress up Winter. And in this one, you'll see how free-flowing the mane and the tail, and again, the hair on the hooves are. Now, here are pictures done when I completed Winter, and it came out so nice. I used an old black purse to create her saddle and her, the handles that you hold when you ride the horse. I know nothing about horses, so I don't know the names of anything. And I used velvet ribbon and some bling wrap to kind of just dress her up. And I love the way she came out. I curled her hair and I sprayed the same thing that I sprayed her body with. I sprayed the hair. So if you like to see the process of how I took Winter from what she was to where she is now, then just keep watching. Now let's get started. Now here, I already rolled her hair up. You'll see pink rollers in the tail, but I had to end up changing it to green rollers because they didn't, the hair or the mane didn't curl tight enough. So here I have her outside, and I'm getting ready to spray her with some spray paint. I think it's by Krylon, yes. And it is this gloss ivory spray paint. I sprayed the entire body, let it dry, and then when I took the mane out, I fluffed it up. You'll see that further down, and I brought it back outside to spray paint it. This process took about a day because I wanted to make sure she was dry before I started to dressing her up with the bling wrap and the saddle and everything else that I was putting on her. Now, coming up here in just a few seconds, I brought her in and took the rollers out of her mane and started fluffing it out. And I used this big comb. Of course, I don't need it because I got all my hair cut off. So I used it to fluff up her hair. And I also took the curlers out of the tail as well. Here I'm fluffing it and frizzing it because I want that full fluffness that I showed you in the inspiration horse that I found on Pinterest. Here I'm turning her upside down just so the hair can fall and I can fluff and hopefully it full up. Towards the end, when I started putting everything on her, the hair went flat. So I just left it alone because I didn't want to take any chance of trying to roll it back up after I sprayed it and put the feathers all in there, put the feather piece on her head and dressed her up. I just left it alone. So at the end, you'll see where the hair is not as full as it is on here. And here, again, remember in the beginning when I showed you when I spray painted her, she had pink rollers in her tail. Well, I took it out because the pink rollers did not curl good. These did really well. Here I'm fluffing up the tail and doing the same thing that I did to the mane. Here I already sprayed the mane. I'll be taking her outside and you'll see where the tail has been sprayed, but I'm still spraying just a little bit where I see some brown still peeking through. And when I finished spraying it, I saw when I started dressing her, you know, with the headpiece and all, there was still some brown that peeked through, but it was okay. It didn't matter to me too much. But here I'm fluffing up the tail and I took her outside and I sprayed the tail, and here I'm just touching up some more where I see some brown peeking through, as I stated earlier. And again, I let this dry. It doesn't take long for the tail, the mane and tail to dry, but I just wanted to make sure it dried. So I let the horse sit for about a whole day before I actually started dressing her up. The first thing I did was I had some feathers, and you might have saw that earlier in a picture. I had some feathers in a vase, and I took that, and I'm going to show you a close-up where there is a hole in her head where this hair is coming through, this mane is coming through. I was able to stick the feathers down in there. The feathers are on a wire stick, and I was able to stick it down right here in the head. So here is only one stick, but towards the end of the video, when I show you the finished product, you'll see where it's sitting up higher. I ended up sticking up another because I'm trying to emulate the picture that I had, that I showed you all in the beginning. Now around her neck and around the face, this black is velvet ribbon that I had around the house. I didn't show gluing it on, but that's what I did, and trimmed it with some bling wrap. And here I'm taking an old purse, and the back of the purse I end up cutting to make her saddle. You can see how raggedy the purse is. That's why I used it to cut it up. But here, and I just kind of looked at pictures to kind of get an idea of how to cut this. No pattern. I just kind of did it in my mind and just started cutting. So there was a lot of cutting away that I did before I actually got it like I want. And this gold piece, this is the piece that is used to hang the strap of your purse onto, of your purse when you don't want to hold it by the arm of the hand strap. This is the shoulder strap. That's what it is. Those gold pieces are the pieces that go to the shoulder strap. And the shoulder strap is what I ended up using for the, it's not the lasso. I can't think of what you call it, but it's the part that you hold when you're riding the horse. And here's the saddle. I glued all these not rhinestones, but bling wrap pieces. I cut the pieces individually and glued them on. I first laid them out. You saw that earlier. I first laid them out and then I glued them. And the way that I have the gold pieces is where when you sit on the horse, you put your feet in. I did a little slit because it's actually a clip. You know how when you clip the shoulder strap onto your purse? Well, I was able to just do a slit and put it through the leather. I did a slit in the leather and clipped it through to where it's hanging. And then to hide the hole, I used the diamond, or used one of the bling wrap pieces to hide the hole, and I put it in a diamond position to kind of dress it up. But I love the way this saddle turned out, and I like the weight that the gold pieces gave to the saddle. It felt like I've never felt a saddle, but just looking at how people on TV put the saddle on the horses, you can see it had some kind of weight because it looked like it was heavy. That's what this felt like, and it turned out so nice. And I ended up gluing the saddle to her on each side. Now these are pieces that were on some old sandals that I had. I threw the sandals away, but I kept the pieces because I knew I could use them to something. And believe it or not, I had that piece for 2 or 3 years. And these are the pieces, these gold pieces. This one here actually clicks into the other one, and then that long piece is the shoulder strap. I'm going to show you how I did it. I did this one, but I'm going to show you how I attached it to. This was the buckle. That's what it is. This was the buckle on the sandal. And I'm going to show you how I attached the shoulder strap to the buckle. And then this piece here was also part of the shoulder strap. I'm putting it on the side of the face because what I did is I looked at the inspiration pictures and copied as much as I can to emulate how you, I guess you call it, strap up a horse before you ride it, saddle it up and strap it up before you ride it. Because again, I knew nothing about horses. I was on a horse one time in my life, never rode it by myself. Somebody was with me. But here I'm showing you how I did this. I am pushing one end, which has more leather on it that I can slip through, because the other end there is no leather. It's just the stud that's in the way. I'm gluing it with this glue stick, and the glue stick is the Gorilla glue stick, which is very tough. And I'm just gluing it on there, and then I'll show you too, covering up this leather because I didn't want that to show. I'm going to use some rhinestones, and I'm going to show you that, or some gems. I'm taking it, and I'm the little prongs here. This is the strap, the shoulder strap. I'm putting it in between the two prongs, and because they're metal, I fold them down to hold the leather strap in, and I fold it down really tight where the leather strap is not coming out. But I also am going to be covering it with some gems that I have, a whole case of gems that I got from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. And I'm going to be covering that up just because I don't want it to show. And it also just makes it look pretty. You really can't see it because it's the underside. And here it's all connected. And then this is where I'm putting it on the face of my horse. And right here I'm just rubbing off some excess glue because I had this strap on the face without the buckle. And then when I remembered that I had the buckle, I had the idea of attaching the buckle to the strap and then attaching the gold part of the strap to the face. And again, I am following inspiration pictures of how to put all of this together. This is not something that I would have known to do by myself. Now, as far as the neck piece around the choker part is what I'm calling it, that is the only thing I had in mind to do. I didn't even know about putting the centerpiece that is from the neck all the way down under to the belly. I didn't know anything about that, but I actually saw it on the picture, so I copied it. And here I just used the glue, and I'm just making sure that it's even on both sides. I'm holding it and pressing it on. And then I'm going to show you where I'm just going to take a gem that I got from Hobby Lobby and glue it on the other side of the buckle. And again, you see where I've used the rhinestone to trim the black velvet ribbon around the neck, and that went up under the belly. Now this is the gemstone that I have. I have a bunch of them that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm just gluing it on the other side where the leather piece is, just to cover up the rawness of the leather showing. I just wanted it to look nice. Again, it's on the other side. You wouldn't really see it because the buckle, there is some weight to that as well. So it's hanging really, really nice. And now, here is Winter, my Clydesdale Christmas horse. And she turned out so beautiful. You see around the hoofs, instead of me using feathers around the hoofs, which I started to, I just decided to trim the hoofs with one strand of bling wrap and then use the diamond around in front. And I also gave her a ribbon on her quote unquote ponytail. And I just love the way she came out. And if you see the feather is sticking up higher, that's because I put another one inside and brought it up higher and just glued it so it wouldn't move. Just glued the second feather to the back of the first feather so it could stand up. And this here piece that's up under the feather, that was from an old necklace. So I glued that and glued the biggest diamond part of it in the middle of her forehead so it wouldn't move. And again, her hooves, I dressed them up with just one strand of bling wrap, and then took the diamond pieces and just glued it in front. And there's the part of the gold piece that held the shoulder strap to the purse. And this gold piece that's under the belly, that was part of the strap too as well. I noticed on some pictures that I saw, they connected, I guess it's the saddle from one side to the other. So that came in handy, and it fit perfectly up under her belly. So this came out so nice, and I love it. And I can't wait till you see the entire thing put together with Winter in front of my Christmas carriage sleigh. So I hope you all continue to watch the videos, the next 2 videos that's coming up from all of our co-hosts and everyone that's being part of this Christmas in July collaboration. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching JRC Restoration, Decor, and Designs. And remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. So until next time, make it a blessed and productive day, everyone. Bye-bye.